evening and welcome to the West Jordan Planning Commission meeting for January 20th, 2015. We do have all 7 members of the commission present this evening. If you have not already done so, if you would kindly silence your electronic devices. This meeting is being recorded and that can interfere with the recording of the meeting. We do have one item on our consent calendar tonight. It is the minutes from the January 6th, 2015 meeting.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Heiner, second by Commissioner
Jacob.
Jacob, jeez. Any discussion of the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Brings us to our one public hearing for the evening. Is the Satterfield zoning map amendment, 7101 west, 8200 south, from an A20 to an R18C. Jacob Satterfield is the applicant. Is the applicant present?
Testing. No.
He does not appear to be, Mr. Chairman.
I will go check the door to see if it's locked though.
Okay.
We'll wait patiently.
Tom, you mentioned there was somebody from somebody new in the engineering department.
Yes, let me introduce David Cottle. How long have you been with us, David?
You sheltered him from us for almost 3 months.
Month and a half. 2 months.
I should let Todd do the introduction, but we're glad to have David with us.
Fantastic. Welcome.
So he doesn't show Bridges.
What's that?
She doesn't show Bridges down there. On the top left, he's not here. Someone called her to say that I could walk it. You're asking for something to be here to support your drive.
Oh, to the judicial.
It looks like the applicant is not present this evening. We have the option of postponing this to another meeting unless anybody would like to take action based on what we see here in the staff report tonight without hearing from the applicant. Commissioner Back.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I remember last year that we had lengthy discussions and decided that we'd like to set the precedent that if someone is asking us for something, that they should be here and present to the commission. And seeing as hopefully it wouldn't be a terribly lengthy one, I don't see why we couldn't push it back to a later date. I don't think it would overwhelm us on the next agenda.
It is scheduled for the January 28th.
Has that meeting been published?
Yes, it has.
Okay, well I am open to the wishes of the commission. We can continue with the staff report and see if the applicant makes it in shortly and go from there.
Sure. I think that sounds reasonable.
Mr. Gardner?
Okay, so this site is located at the corner of 8200 South and U111, almost to the far west boundaries of the city. It's 55 acres in area. There's a large gravel pit, about a 50-acre gravel pit to the west of the site, and it's almost surrounded by Jordan Hills Village's development. There's single family on two sides of it. And then this side is actually owned by the school district, and what their plans for that, I believe they're going to surplus that at some time. But and the applicant is in December came before the planning commission and with the proposal to change the future land use map from low density to medium density, which the planning commission gave a positive recommendation to the city council. That has not been heard by the council, as you're aware, and it won't be until supposedly next date or a future meeting. But his proposals tonight is to actually change the zoning map, and the property, 55 acres right now, is zoned A20, which is an agricultural zone with a 20-acre lot minimum, and the applicant is proposing to change the zoning to a single-family residential 8,000 square foot lot with a home size C. And this is just a conceptual layout, and as I stated in the pre-meeting, we already have an update to this concept, and this concept is an update to a previous concept, and so that's kind of the way these things go. And so the lot numbers will probably average in the high 170s or 170s to 180s somewhere, but the commission will certainly have more chance to look at that as the when and if the subdivision comes forward. To the north, there's up here is a wash that runs through this part, which will be preserved as part of the city's trail master plan, because that ultimately will link up to the Bonneville Shoreline Trail on the Oakers, and so we want to make sure we preserve those trail corridors as this open farm ground is developed. Other than that, staff has gone through the criteria and recommends approval of this zone change. Do you have any questions for me? It's a fairly straightforward and simple application. The planning commission is just a recommending body. I do not know why the applicant's not.
Oh,
Okay, so
excellent. Any questions for staff? Commissioner Jacob.
I just have one, thank you, Chairman. The cutout on the northeast corner of this that makes this look like Arkansas, not the blue area on the map, but just the 90-degree cutout, is that just for the sky bridge that goes over the street there, or is there another parcel, like a little remnant parcel there?
where at?
Top right corner, on that blue corner,
Oh, right here?
but yeah, the little cutout there.
I believe so. I think you're right. That's about the proximity of that bridge.
That's where that sky bridge goes across the street. So.
Yes, that is the location where the ramps are to go up to the Sky Bridge overpass.
The cutout looked more pronounced on the previous slide, on the more zoomed out map. So I was just wondering if there was a remainder parcel of some kind there, but that's just for the sky bridge, and that answers my question.
Any other questions for staff? Very well. Hopefully that is our.
That's it, it's more pronounced.
Are you Mr. Satterfield, I hope?
I am.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, the time is now yours.
Right, sorry guys.
Catch your breath if you need to.
All right. Just here to put, or to submit a request for zoning change of 55 acres located out at 7101 West, 8200 South. I'm requesting that that's changed to R18s to allow lot sizes. Reason being, had a conversation previously, a little over a month ago, with the mayor, council member Jeff Haga, to address some of the concerns as to some of the things that they had set up to that point with the minimum lot sizes that they probably would prefer out there, more along the lines of 10,000 square foot. But some of their concerns were more along the lines of having a proper width to have parking pads or carports or third car garage, so that much of the storage or clutter doesn't end up on the street because people don't have enough storage on their property. And so after discussing some layout, ways to lay it out so that we could still accommodate proper width, which still decent sized home, they didn't seem to be opposed to it, so we went that direction, among other things. So we have in this layout, which this is older layout there. Or do you have that newer layout, Jen? Does that really matter at this point?
No, we're just talking about the zoning tonight, not so much the subdivision layout.
So, I mean, I have more details as to why we want, you brought some samples of homes laying out on the block, but if that doesn't really matter, we don't need to go into those details. Either that.
Not for this particular item, but
Okay.
I think we'll need that in the future. Any questions for the applicant? I guess not. Thank you. Now open the meeting to the public. If there's anybody who would like to comment on this particular item, you would have 3 minutes, and we'd invite you forward to the microphone, and if you please give your name and contact information, in case city staff would like to follow up with you. Seeing none from our vast audience this evening, I'll close the public hearing, and since we've already heard from everybody else now, we'll bring it back to the commission for further discussion. For a possible motion. Commissioner Rice.
Now technically, since this hasn't been seen at city council yet for the future land use map, technically we're still looking at it as future land use map low density, right? Because that hasn't been approved yet.
What was your question?
The future land use map amendment hasn't gone to the city council yet.
No.
Okay. So do we need to treat this as if it's pre the last meeting?
No, because this zone change is based upon the medium density land use map amendment. If the council doesn't approve that, then R18 will not fit.
Okay.
Well, it could, yeah.
So this is contingent upon the passage of that?
Yeah. And that's normally how, or generally, from what I've seen in the limited time I've been here, is this city council will take both applications concurrently, the land use map and the zoning map.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Jacobs.
If there's no further discussion, I'll go ahead and make a motion.
Please.
Based on the findings set forth in the staff report, upon the discussion this evening, I would move that we forward a positive recommendation to the city council to rezone these 54.98 acres of property at 7101 West, 8200 South from the A20 to R18C zone. And there are no conditions listed, so there you go.
A motion on the table.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Jacobs, second by Commissioner Pack. Any discussion to the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. And that concludes our agenda for the evening. Anything further from the commission or anything else that we didn't get covered in pre-meeting?
No, I covered what I wanted to cover in the pre-meeting. Thank you.
Fantastic.
I'll move to adjourn.
Any opposition to that? We stand adjourned until, is it the 4th?
February 3rd,
February 3rd, 2015.
full moon.